I can't believe he actually did it. Notice I'm still in the apartment and he is not. Surfer, are you here? You here, buddy? You called the cops. Are you here? Oh no, you're not. Oh no, you're not, buddy. You're not here. You're not here, buddy. Because the police thought you were fucking nut bar. Nut bar. That's the fucking reality of it, dude. I cannot believe my best friend in the whole world, a man I've been through thick and thin with, decided, because he's a pussy, that he would call the police like a snitch, when this man will tell you the police are faggots, that he'll tell you the police are faggots for wearing masks. Both officers came in with masks. This man had to have a female cop wearing a mask save his life because it was threatened. How was it threatened? I'm just going to give you guys the full disclosure on this. This will be the last stream from this apartment. It will be. It will be. What you saw last night is the final stream with Surfer and me. Am I going to say bad things about Surfer? Not really. Other than what he did with calling the police and snitching was unacceptable. He will regret that. That's just the facts. He will regret having done that because I don't know about you guys, but that's a pretty low thing to do. I told him I was going to leave anyway because I don't want to fight him. I've fought him before. I've whipped his ass 3 different times. He doesn't want any. He doesn't want any. And if he wants to actually come and throw hands with me, he can anytime, any place, anywhere. He will not because he knows what the outcome will be. How did this happen? We do the show. There's a bit of a testy ending, right? He goes to bed crying, literally crying, tears streaming down his face, drunk as a skunk at 2 a.m. I start packing my shit because at this point I'm like, honestly, the guy is not, he's not who he once was. That's all I'll say. He's not who he once was, and that's a shame. And it's very sad. It's very sad. I don't want to say too much bad about the man. I love Surfer. You know? I spent years of my life with this guy. He was my brother. My brother. But he wakes up at 5 a.m. as I'm packing. He puts on music that he knows I don't like. I sit down at the computer and I put my headphones on and listen to something else. He tells me that I have to take the headphones off and listen to what he wants me to listen to. And I said, Surfer, buddy, you're not my daddy. You can't order me around like that. And at that point, he escalated it. I stood up. I got in his face. You know? He's like, well, if you don't take your headphones off, I'm going to beat your ass. Okay. Stood up. Looked him in the eyes. What are you going to do? The most shameful thing. Takes his phone, calls the cops. The same police that will persecute him for COVID, that will force him to be vaccinated, he called on his best friend in the world. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. But here's the thing. Should I keep it behind closed doors? Yeah, I should. But you have a right to know why the show is not going to be continuing in the current format that it is. I wish it could. But it can't. It's rare I'm ever at a loss for words. But I never, ever, ever thought I would see the day where Surfer, such a rebel, such a badass, such a man, calls out to a female police officer for help because he's scared. And he's not here. I will still make videos for you guys. The show existed before Surfer. It existed during our friendship, which someday I hope we will be friends again. But right now, the tension is too sharp between us. I believe that watching sports is not sinful. He told me that watching sports is a sin. I will not tell people lies about the Bible, at least not knowingly. I will try my best to adhere to that standard. We've clashed on this in the past. It came through during the stream. It has nothing to do with the gambling. It has everything to do with his belief that sports ball is a sin because it's bred in circuses. I believe that there are many bred in circuses that he participates in, that he would admit he participates in, and it's hypocritical. That's my view. At this point, every time I have a disagreement with this man, he believes that he is the voice of God, and he threatens to evict me, which he has no legal right to do, considering I'm on the lease. I'm leaving anyway because it's not worth it. If we're going to be in conflict and clashing like this, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And look, it wasn't for me that he brought this up. It's he kept bringing it up and he wouldn't move on from it. And it is what it is. It is what it is. He does drink all the time. You know, look, I have drinks too. I'm not perfect. But I'm never going to sit up here and tell you guys, I am your role model. I am not your role model. Okay? I am a deeply flawed man. Just a man. With an opinion on the internet. Okay? Don't look to me as your God. If I say something that you like and you agree with, good. If I say something you dislike, you disagree with, that's fine also. But don't look to me as your hero, your idol, your God. All I've ever tried to do with this channel is to make people have fun, to have a good time. I do talk about moral values and things like that, but I try and keep the preachiness to a minimum on my channel. Because I think people have heard enough of the preachiness, and some people just want to have fun. Me and Surfer have a fundamental difference in philosophy. I believe the streams are about you having fun. He believes that we are spreading the word of God. In a certain sense, we are spreading the word of God. But I honestly, my first priority is fun. And through having fun and having a good time, maybe you'll learn something that helps you in life. That's what I believe. What's interesting, and this is all I'll say, is I tend to, in my honest opinion, present the more serious perspective to the stream. And he presents more of the fun to the stream. I don't think he sees it that way, but I think that's in actual fact what it is. But so it's weird because our philosophies are so different, but we do cross purposes, you know? It's just a real shame. I would have preferred, honestly, if he would have just squared up like a man. I understand he'll snitch and he'll take that statement to the police because he's a snitch. He's proven that he's a snitch, unfortunately, and a coward. It's just a shame it had to come to this. So, what is the future of the channel? There will be videos. I will be putting stuff out. For the guys I have commitments to with regards to the anime rooms, anime reviews and stuff, I will finish them. I'm sorry that Surfer will not be a part of them. I wish that he could be. Understand that this was not my decision. Understand that I did not want this to happen. And someday I hope that he realizes that I do love him, even though I disagree with him some. I think it's come to the point where he cannot tolerate any form of disagreement from me because he believes he's been enlightened by God to have the truth. And that anything I say is subversion, and that's just not the case. I'm sorry, RJ, that I didn't just hug you last night. Sorry about that. But at a certain point, when you're belligerently drunk and you're belittling me, and I felt being disrespectful, and I'm sober, I'm on edge, okay? I'm trying to run a show. Tech isn't working right. I lost my temper. How was that met? It was met with a threat that I would be evicted. I will not live like that. I'm sorry, I will not. And that's all there really is to it. But I think if it wasn't tonight, I wish it didn't happen on the stream. But if it wasn't last night, it would have been some other night, unfortunately. And he said some things that are nasty, and I'm sure he'll say a lot of nasty things. You know, he'll tell you about how I was unbearable to live with, how I was a bad roommate, all sorts of things. Just understand that he was not a picnic to live with either every day. Okay? That's all I'll say. You know? We both have very strong personalities. Sometimes they clashed. Thanks, Hemi. I will find the best fish in the sea or whatever the fuck. I know this video is kind of fucking depressing and kind of fucking gay. It is what it is. I don't know how else to do it. I don't know how else to break the news that it is no more. It is finished. I hope I didn't say too many things that were too mean to the man. I just tried to speak reality. At least the way I saw it. You can say I lashed out, he called me out on my gambling, but guys, it's not about that. It's about other stuff. And that was just the catalyst for it to take off. You can make your own decisions on who was right, who was wrong. I don't really care. I'll be honest. You guys decide what you want. I encourage you to go subscribe to his channel if he wants to continue making content. You know, go follow him on Telegram. It's Real Drunken Surfer. Go follow him if you want to watch Surfer. I don't want to deprive you of Surfer. I tried to give you guys a lot of Surfer recently. And maybe that was the mistake. Maybe I put us on screen. I put him on screen too much, and it led to an inevitable conflict. If that was the case, you know, that's a mistake that I have to live with. But what can you do? I know people enjoyed Surfer. I enjoyed Surfer. He was my very best friend. He's still my friend. Even if he doesn't think I'm his friend. Even if he thinks I'm a douchebag for making this video. What can you say? It's funny how it always, with these celebs and stuff like that, there's fallings out. But we weren't celeb friends. We were real friends. Okay? I slept with that guy in a van. In the freezing winter cold. Knocking doors. Just trying to make it. How it ends is him calling the police because he's threatened by his best friend. You know, I fought the guy and I could have hurt him real bad, and I never hurt him bad. I never hurt him bad. Do you know that? I could have beat him so bad. I could have beat him pillar to post. I never did. I never did. You can say I'm confessing to crimes. It's reality. It's reality. Do what you want to do, guys. Do what you want to do, guys. However you want to judge this, however you want to take this, it's up to you. It's up to you. But I think the next project for me is going to be a Nick Fuentes documentary. I owe you guys some coverage on Nick Fuentes, going over the Civil War with Culture War Criminal. And so I'll work on that project, and that'll be edited, and I can put that together. So far as Punt the Gunt is concerned, that was supposed to happen today. That will not be happening today, but I will continue to lose weight. I will continue to get healthier. And the only thing I'm going to criticize him for, really, the only thing I think was really wrong that he did was calling the cops. Because it's a betrayal of his whole worldview. Straight up. I lost so much respect for him to go to be a cop caller like that, to be a snitch. When he will tell you straight to your face that anybody who's a police is a pig, they're a faggot, they're enforcing the mask mandate. He let masked cops into this house to try and evict me. I'm still here, and I'm leaving of my own free will. There's no order that I have to leave. And it is what it is, man. He chose this. I did not choose this. I want you guys to understand. If this could have been avoided, I really tried my best to get along with him. Could have done more, maybe. But I really tried, you know. I really did try. And I hope when he sees this, which he will, you know, he doesn't lash out at me too badly. Because I don't want to have a big fight with him. in public. But I owe you guys because you've been a big part of my life for the last number of years. And I want you to know why you won't be getting what you want. And I always want to give you guys what you want. But I can't. So the show is going to be with just me for a while. That's fine. We did the show alone for a long time. And we'll continue to do the show. Gahul will do the 5 Pounds of Gun show when everything is settled down. Hopefully we can do that regularly. But the show will continue. I won't be going anywhere. And I have a place to go. You know, I'm not homeless. I'm not broke. I'll be fine. I'm not going to ask you guys for money. I'm not going to beg you guys for money or for support. I've never been about that. I've never been about that. And hopefully I will never be about that. If it came to it, you got to do what you got to do. But that's not what I'm about. Look, I'd like to work it out, Mark Serve, but I don't think at this time that's possible. I do not have I do not have any respect for his behavior last night. To try and order me around like that, like a tyrant, to tell me to take off headphones and listen to his bullshit, to fucking be that disrespectful and then to call the police. I can't abide that. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I hope he's fine. I wish him well. I wish him well. I don't wish any ill will upon him. I don't want to be negative. But it's a negative video. It's a negative video. It is. It hurts me to make it. And look, if there's enemies out there that want to try and use this against me or against Surfer, you do what you gotta do, okay? I've always had enemies. I've always been a fighter. And it's just game on. It's just game on with the enemies as usual. With Ralph. I'm sure Ralph's celebrating this. I'm sure he is. Good on you, Ralph. Good on you, buddy. Good on Gator. Good on Fuentes. They're smiling. They're smiling about this. But I'll always be back. You know, and we just can't worry about it. At the end of the day, the show goes on. At least I'm not fucking trying to tell you guys I'm your leader and I'm your king and I'm your God. And my word is gospel, and you need to obey me, and you need to give me money. Thank God I'm not, thank God I'm not like that. Thank God I am not like that. And the final thing, look, don't drink, and don't gamble. Okay? How about that? Don't do either of those things. It'd be better if you didn't do them. Okay? It'd be better if you didn't do them. It would be better. But we're weak. The flesh is weak. I don't know if anybody has any questions at this time. I will be open and honest with you guys. with any sort of sincere questions for the next 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to be gone for a little while. I don't know when the next upload will probably be sometime this week, I hope. But, you know, I just got to get resituated, reoriented. Here's what it is. Will there ever be another co-host or anything like that? I don't know. I mean, maybe Croc will come back. You know, Croc used to be here. I don't really want to bring him into this shit, though. Motherfuckers are so crazy in this shit. Well, I really appreciate what... I won't say that, but... I have a place to stay. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Don't lose sleep about me. I'm an adult man. I'm going to figure it out. Don't you worry about me. Would I go on the kill stream to this? No. Where is Surfer right now? He's chilling with at his parents or whatever. He will continue on here. I will not. I will not. So next time you see me, it will be a change of scenery. Am I moving to Siberia? I don't know. Maybe this is the start of Juice and PPP teaming up. Maybe this is the start of PPP on the run in Eastern Europe. There was no fight physically. There was no, we did not touch each other. Nothing. In the past, we have had fights. Over the years. On a few different occasions. And Surfer would tell you, as he's told you in chat before, I did get the better of them. But I'm 3 times the guy's size, so it's not really fair. Do I have any pre-recorded videos with Surfer that I never put out? No, but I think, honestly, I do think he will make content. I think he is passionate about his ideas and his worldview. And I think you will see videos from him at some point. I just won't be in them. Okay? But, you know, Surfer told you guys last night he was the show. He was the draw. He made me. If that's the case, you know, good on him. Good on him. I don't want to be disparaging to the guy, but when I saw him call the police, run and call, I couldn't, and I just said, you know what, I couldn't live with myself if the audience didn't see what this guy has become. And I'm glum about it. It was some, what song was it? It was some fucking bullshit Don Cherry song with like the tribal chanting and shit and the gongs and like, I just find it grating to listen to because it's so repetitive. And he was trying to force me to listen to it because he knows I don't like it and it bothers me. And I'm just not going to let some guy tell me what to do in that way. The fact he thinks he has that type of authority over me is completely whacked and completely delusional. But he'll tell you, you know, a whole story about how I owe him everything. He knows the truth, okay? His worldview, which is so precious to him, he would not have if it wasn't for me. In some ways, it might be to his detriment that he has that worldview, but in a lot of ways, it's positive for him. So as much as he can say, PPP never did anything for me, PPP used me, PPP is a douchebag. It's water off a duck's ass because I know who I am and what I stand for. And you guys know. You know who I am and what I am. And I've never been ashamed of what I am. Never, ever, ever have I ever been ashamed of what I am. Sometimes I regret a certain action, but I've always been what I am. His channel is Drunken Surfer. Go subscribe to it. But so far as our time together, it is at an end. But I hope, you know, if he has a message that you want to hear, that you go and check out his channels, his Telegram, @RealDrunkenSurfer. I don't think he has a Twitter. It might be King Finkelstein or something. If the Drunken Surfer YouTube channel is what is it? It's got the gender fluid land whales on it. All that shit. If he is in chat, that's fantastic. Watch the stream from the beginning, buddy. But at this point, there's nothing really to say. It's just sad it had to end this way, but I think I owed you guys an explanation on why we will not be working together any longer. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next show. Hopefully, things aren't so glum at that time. I hope Coach makes a video on this. I would enjoy very much if Coach felted me for this. If anybody wants to make their hot take, shitting on me, saying I'm the bad guy, make your video. Make your video, take your shot now. This is your chance, your big chance. Take your shot now. Take your shot now. Oh boy. Okay. We'll see you guys on the next show. Have a good one.